wind advisory right now, and we're gonna see how this tent holds up. So far, it's pretty good. This is the true test, you know, the desert wind test. You don't really get winds much higher than this. So yeah, all the stakes are doing well. The only concern I have is the wood stove. You can hear it, it's very loud. It's kind of rubbing against the stove jack right there. Like a sail, so it's having a little bit of a hard time. They loosened up a little, which is kind of expected. All the dust being blown around. It's really silty, sandy out here. I can feel it just getting over, just kind of coating everything. Yep, lost the stake. That one's taking the brunt of it. When I staked the tent down the first time, I wasn't able to get this stake very deep into the ground. There must have been a boulder or something underneath the surface. That's probably what contributed to this stake failing in the first place. I don't know how much these rocks helped, but I gave it a try. Okay, as you see, I took the stovepipe down. The piece where it was up against the tent, I noticed it started getting holes. So there's a few little holes like from it bending. So yeah, that's a major issue. It would be nice to be able to use my stove in here in cold weather. Like if it was nighttime and cold, it would have been nice to have, but yeah, it's not really working right now. North winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour expected. I'm cozy in here. I mean, the wind's blowing, it's loud, but nothing too concerning. The way this tent is set up, you can only tie the screen door up with the canvas door. I plan on adding a way to tie up the screen door when the canvas door is closed. The stove jack is the biggest bummer. Maybe I need one of those with a bigger hole or something. I love this tent. I love how it looks. I love how it works. It's my home. It has a really good floor liner. It's waterproof. All the windows work great. I put a stove jack in. So it comes with all the stakes. You know, these are high quality stakes. It comes with these heavy duty guy lines, and these work really, really well. And yeah, so they attach to the outside here. So it gives you kind of like a rain gutter, you know, so the rain and snow kind of wicks off there. It comes with this. This is like to connect your power source. If you have like a battery and you want to run like a wire through here, it has that. But yeah, everything is just really high quality. You know, all the stitching and everything just feels really good. It's really nice canvas material. So this is like a rain guard, I think. It's so the rain doesn't come in through this hole. There's a little hole there, which I thought was kind of cool. They actually thought about that. If I installed this stove jack, this does not come with the tent. You have to do this yourself. So I took the tent down, you know, figured out where I wanted it, glued it down, and then I stitched it in, and then the last step was kind of cutting the hole, and I cut the hole on the inside. So there's just kind of a little hole that I cut out that I'll show you. But that was kind of nerve-wracking, you know, cutting a hole and stitching into, you know, your $500 tent. But it's not that hard. You know, it's easier if you have two people to do it, especially the stitching. I don't think I could have stitched it alone. I glued it alone, but stitching it alone would have been really hard. And there's a lot of space. I didn't clean up for this video. This is kind of how it is. But I have, you know, my sleeping station, the wood stove. I have my workstation, all my camera gear kind of charging. This pole is really, really good quality. It doesn't bend or anything. Easy to assemble. What I have is this light. There's a little O hook thing, a little O-ring that they've attached to this pole. And what I do is I actually hang my light from it. And so my light is actually, you know, I can turn it on manually, or I have this remote control that I keep by my bed so I can turn it off when I'm ready for bed. Yeah, all of these vents work really well. All the zippers are just high quality. Everything just works perfectly. Here's kind of the A-frame thing, which I really like. I really like having this. It makes your door higher. Super, super good. Doesn't bend at all. Super sturdy. You have the screen. Then you also have kind of the canvas on the outside. If you just want the canvas open, you can tie it up. You can see there's a eyelet on the outside of the screen there, so you can tie just the canvas up, or you can tie both up. That's how I have it now. I'm 5'8", and I'm not even towards the center, so this is the pole. So, you know, I could change here. This is where I change. I'm right at the door. So it's really nice. You can stand, you know, walk around a little bit. You have some space to move around. My stove's burning right now, and it's actually warmer up here. You can feel the heat kind of getting trapped up here. If you want to see a review on the Winterwell stove, I do have a video on that. There's 4 vents at the top. This is just kind of air ventilation. When you're setting it up, you have to set it up kind of like a car tire. You don't do the bolts this way. You kind of do them like opposite. That's how you stake it down. So you kind of like have to go opposite. And if you don't do that, what I found happen is this pole kind of gets tilted. So if I tightened all of those guy lines down first, this pole would kind of tilt that way, and it wouldn't be completely straight. So what I do is I start with the front one, I go to the back one, and I do those, and it keeps this pole straight. It has a good, there's a dot here, so it shows you exactly where center is. So you put the pole, there's a big black dot there, you put the pole there, you put it in there. And I love that these panels that kind of like branch out. I just think it looks nice when you're in here. You can kind of daze off and see these really cool panels, especially with the light here. One thing that they do recommend that you do is I think they call it like curing it. So the first time you set it up, they say to wet it. So you just like drench it with your hose. You know, you set it up, close everything up, and wet the fabric with the hose, and I think it just kind of cures the canvas. So yeah, I would highly recommend this tent to people who are car campers, or even if you're going to live in it full time on a property, on a farm, on your piece of land that you bought. I think it would work well. My overall impression of the tent, 2 thumbs up. It's an excellent quality canvas material. All of the stitching looks great. Everything is heavy duty on this tent. The guy lines work great. The zippers work great. It's not too big. It does well in the wind. You're able to add a stove jack for a wood stove, and it retains heat. When the wood stove is on, you could feel the heat getting trapped inside. All of the poles are heavy duty. They didn't bend in the strong winds that we had here. All the stakes work great. All the zippers work great. Just the look and the shape of this is kind of unique, and I really enjoy it. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing to be in and to look at. Overall, I'm just really happy with the tent, and if you guys are interested, I would pick one up for yourself and try it out.